All right, what up out there, everyone? Let me get comfortable here because this is going to be a long night. I just need to take my mind off of some things that are going on, some conflicts people like to create. And I also feel that Saturday morning is always a good time. Well, Sunday morning, this is Sunday morning. It's always a great time to be up coding. Such a where it's quiet for me. It's quiet. My brain is different. Um, I actually think starting first thing in the morning, like at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., is the best time for coding. I'm going to talk about all of that, the things that I use, the strategies I use in a minute. We're going to get to all that. But today I'm here to talk about my breaking into tech story and what I'm working on. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm working on. This is a diary of a fashion tech software as a service. I don't really have an end date yet, but I should give myself a deadline. You should always work with deadlines. Deadlines, I'll tell you this much. People like to get to the end without the beginning. What do I mean by that? They like to say, oh, breaking into tech. But they don't really say, like, well, how do you achieve that? Like, how do you really achieve that? It's so much more to it. And one of the things you got to do is give yourself a deadline. Now, before I ramble too much, I have a statement that I prepared. So here we go. I'm a UX designer turned design advocate and startup founder. And this is my break it into tech story. My journey is a testament to the transformative power of technology and perseverance. It all began with Career Karma, where I took my first steps into the tech world. From there, I joined Lambda School for UX design. The experience was challenging, but incredibly rewarding. With my newly acquired skills, I became a freelancer at Thanksgiving, where I honed my craft and contributed to exciting projects. Eager to give back, I returned to Career Karma as a bootcamp coach, mentoring others who were just starting their own journeys. This passion for coaching continued at the Workforce Institute, where I became a UX designer career coach, helping aspiring designers navigate their career paths. But my journey didn't stop there. Inspired by the potential of merging technology with creativity, I founded the Winner Circle, a fashion tech startup. Our platform empowers 3D fashion designers to monetize their creations, turning their 3D designs into made to measure and made to order clothing. For just $1,000 per user, we offer 3D designers a unique opportunity to bring their visions to life and reach a broader audience. I'm passionate about sharing my story and collaborating with others to inspire and empower individuals in both tech and fashion industries. So let's connect and see how we can create something truly impactful. So my journey basically started with um, being up one night just like this and thinking, I spent a lot of time on my computer. I wasn't really doing anything. I was doing trivial stuff that was not meaningful, playing online games and that type of malarkey. And I wanted to do apps for a long time. I was dabbling with apps. Originally, how I was breaking into tech was I just would have ideas for things, and then I would go on Upwork and hire developers to make them. That pretty much was it. But these guys, while they were good at the front end, back end part of their job, they weren't really good on the design end. And so I wanted to learn how to do that part better. And that's what led me to Career Karma, which led me to boot camp, which I learned in boot camp. It's not really design that you learn as a UX designer. It's not really design in the sense of how something looks or appears. It's the design of how people experience the product. And that's what I became really good at, finding ways to make things happen faster for people, finding shortcuts, finding, there's so many rules that you learn as a UX designer that are just broken every day. Nobody even notices, and if you look at my other videos, I've solved some problems. Like I've solved a lot of problems on other websites, um, like Chat and Bubble and a couple of websites, because those experiences are awful. It's almost like who designed this experience for me? And so when you learn that, I mean, every time I experience a website, I really push the website to beyond the limits of what the persona group customer would do. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to stay in a box forever. So when I come along, I always push it. And so like right now, I just worked on something. I don't even know if I should if I should show you guys this. Let me see if I can figure out how to show you guys this without. But right now I just like worked on something. I don't even think I can show you. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out if I can show you without revealing my whole desktop. Let me make sure I don't got nothing on my desktop that I don't want anybody to see. Make sure I don't got nothing on there. Let me see here. Let me print this over here. Let me just print this over here. And then I think, okay, yeah, I think I got it all together. So let me show you guys what I did, what I've been working on today. This is a little hack that I just put together. Sometimes I just do like little hacks, I don't really have a plan. I just do like little hacks. So let me see. I don't know if you guys can see this, but anyway, what I did was I created a little hack. I created these shortcuts to the main AIs like Chat, Gemini, Meta. A lot of people don't even know that Gemini exists because they changed the name, and a lot of people don't even know that. I need to remove that. A lot of people don't even know that. A lot of people don't even know that Meta exists. So I created these shortcuts. Not really a big deal, but I noticed that most people were doing it the same way. I noticed that most people were I don't even know if you guys can see that. But I noticed that most people were just like always going into their web browser, and then you type in the little name, or you got to open up you got to open up your web browser to get to the AI interface, right? And that is actually a UX faux pas. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to tell you in a minute what it's called. I remember there is one. It's a UX rule about repetitive tasks. So as a UX designer, this drives me crazy. When I see this, having to do the same thing over and over again. Let's see. Cognitive load is what we're trying to eliminate. But I had the rule a while ago. I forgot what it was. No, you keep giving me the same thing. But I could really just show you guys this. No, that's not it. Okay. But anyway, it's one of the laws. Maybe that's what it would be on the UX design law about repetitive tasks. Because when you think about it, right, what we do is like you log onto your computer, you open up your web browser, and then you gotta do the whole okay, that's what it's called. No, that's not it. I thought that was it. Hold on a minute. You open up your web browser, and then you got to go type in a URL. And honestly, sometimes I know this may happen to people a lot, but do you guys ever like forget? Do you guys ever forget? Like you have a thought, and then you start trying to go to do it, and then you kind of like forget. Here it goes. Um, Principle of least effort, minimize effort. This principle is part of a broader guidelines like Fritz Law, Hicks Law, and the Pareto principle, which collectively emphasize efficiency and ease of use in user interface design. The goal is to minimize the number of actions a user must perform to achieve their objectives, thereby improving the overall user experience. So I created those icons so that this way you have to do the least amount of actions in order to get to the AI. Because really, when you think about it, AI far exceeds oh, okay, I can show you. Maybe I don't know if it came up last time, but I can show you now. AI far exceeds um the search engine Google, which is what we mainly use. So very soon we won't be saying Google it no more. We'll be saying, like we already say, Chat GTP, or we say Gemini, or we say Meta AI. Of course, branding is very important. But what I created was the Safari ones don't work, ironically, right? But I created these Google. I created these ones for Google, and I created these ones for Safari, and they look really nice on your desktop. They look really nice on your desktop, just like any other icon. It's a little hack I put together. But what I really, really, really want to show you guys is that I've been working on developing. Well, let me get my thing open here. I've been working on developing a SaaS, a software as a service product, for my startup, which is a fashion tech startup called the Winner Circle. Okay, and so I use. I'm going to show you guys some things here. So I use Visual Studio to do that. I use Visual Studio for the coding. I still, I use AI to help me, but you still need a editor. You still need a code editor. I use AI to help me, but you still need a code editor. What I really should be showing you guys is my GitHub, because that's where the magic is at. So my fintech does a lot of things. We're primarily we're primarily made to order. What does that mean? In the simplest sense that I can show you what that means, let's see if I can show you in the simplest sense. What does that mean? Let's see here. In the simplest sense, this is what it means. Let me go ahead and try to show you. So right now, what's really happening right now is what's really big is you have what's really big right now is you have 3D fashion design. It's the new wave, right? All these designers, all the new modern designers are designing using 3D. designing using 3D. And it's a big, big thing because these same 3D designs, they become assets in virtual reality in the metaverse, right? So what my startup does is this. We take a 3D polo and we can make the polo into real clothing. Not just polos though. I mean, we can do this with any article of clothing. We can do this with shirts, pants, obviously those are easy, shorts, pajamas, intimates, underwear, you name it, we can do this with everything. And so now I said, I said I want to scale this business. Originally, I was doing it for me. I was doing made to measure, which really is made to order. Made to order is the same thing as made to measure. But I said, you sell a polo here, you sell a polo there. I said it's gonna go really slow originally. And then I said to myself, how can I scale this? Like, how can I really, really scale this as big as possible, as fast as possible, And it dawned on me, take the services I can provide, take the services I use for myself and provide them to others, you know? And I said, you know what? That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. And I got to thinking, well, how do I deliver this? How do I deliver this to 3D fashion designers, right? How do I make this work for them? And I got to thinking about that. And I said to myself, wow, what I can do is create a software as a service because they need a way to take their 3D designs, sell them. When the person buys it, then they have to be obviously, you have to get their measurements, which I can provide that too, right? And then we get all of that back and we make the item of clothing for them and we ship it to the person. And that's it, you know? And I like to mess around with underutilized technologies. I like to mess around with underutilized technologies. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, there are a lot of technologies out there that just for whatever reason they've been ignored or they're not being used or they never really were used. And so one of those technologies I've always been interested in is the HTML embed. Okay. And the HTML embed has always been at the heart of the technology that I've been using. So what I started doing was I started to lay out the design for something. This ain't it though. What is this? Did this even work? What happened here? I think this was this was it. Yeah, this is it. I started to lay out the blueprint for something because I said, one thing. Remember now, going back to minimizing repetitive actions. What do we know that happens a lot, right? You make something in the software. Well, this is different because you already have it in the software. But let's say a 3D designer makes something in the 3D design software. Then they have to this is my repo, by the way. Let me show you guys my repo because a lot of people can come on here and I kind of learned how to code very unorthodox. I'm gonna talk about that. But this is my repo. I'm very proud of my repo here. Very proud of my repo. I got a lot of great stuff in here. But if you make a 3D design in the software, then you have to also um download it and upload it to another platform. And you have to do this over and over again. It's a series of downloads, uploads, downloads, uploads, and downloads take up bandwidth, uploads take up bandwidth. So you have to do this over and over again. Not every country is like America, where you have unlimited bandwidth, But think about that. You have to do this over and over and over again. And I said to myself, but they make HTML embed codes available. And we're making a backup for that because I'm pretty sure at some point, once I start providing a way for people to leech off of everyone's HTML embeds, they're going to shut them down, restrict them. So then I gotta make a generator for the URL. So you take the URL and you put it in, and it generates an embed code and post your stuff. Basically, what we're doing is we're posting 3D designers content on a store using HTML embeds. And so I got to code in it. I got to code in it. I got to develop in it. I really wanted to show you guys coding, but I code kind of slow, and I do use Chat GTP a lot. I started to use Gemini more. I'm gonna start using Meta. Meta is actually better because Meta gives you visuals, which is pretty cool. Chat doesn't give you visuals, but it does help you with your structure, and it helps you with your structure. And I forgot what the other word is, but as you can see here, it really helps you. A lot of this code, well, I'm not that good with JavaScript. So my JavaScript code that came from chat. But everything else, I pretty much, I know how to do everything else. Like I like style sheets. Style sheets is my thing. I love this shit right here. This shit is easy. Like HTML is hard, but style sheets is easy. And actually, um, my style sheet isn't even connected to this. Where's my style sheet connected to? Hold on, that's something different. Hold on. My style sheet is connected to this right here. Like this is how you link it. And it's funny because this is how you build a website. Like I never, like all my years of building websites, I never understood what put them together was several separate files. I never understood how that navigation worked. And I really never liked no code because what happens with no code is good, it's fast, but some of these interfaces are freaking huge. Like originally, I used to play around with WordPress before I learned the code. And WordPress, as you know, is a behemoth of a platform for interface customization. I mean, you could do too much with it. That's the problem, right? Remember, one of the things I pulled up before I pulled up about repetitive actions, I pulled up something about let me see, let me copy and paste this. Because I need to do this next thing. I gotta do this. I can't live like this no more. The way that even right now using chat, the way it's set up is crazy. Um There was a fundamental rule about repetitive tasks to minimize cognitive load and user effort. And one thing that came up was let's see here, too many traces. It was too many traces. Here it goes. Hick's law. The principle states that the time it takes for a person to make a decision increases with the number of and complexity of traces available. In the context of UX design for repetitive tasks, Hick's law emphasized the importance of simplifying traces and minimizing the number of steps or options users encounter when performing routine actions. So that is not WordPress. If you ever use WordPress, WordPress is crazy, stupid hard. I like WordPress. I've had a lot of fun with it, but I don't like WordPress. I really don't. So and a lot of these interfaces are very proprietary, right? They're not all the same. They require a curve to learn. They require you having to spend a lot of time learning them. And for someone like me, who just likes to jump in, I don't have the time to do that. So I'll be honest with you, raw coding is here to stay. And I can tell you this, people talk about chat is going to do things and take away jobs from developers. I can tell you this right now, chat is a long way from being a good coder. It's just not a good coder. Even when it does, there's a new tool I saw the other day that I got to set up. And this is the thing. Even though that they have tools, like the tool I got to set up is like the tool I forked yesterday is called, what's it called? I forked the tool yesterday. Where's it at? It's called mm, oh my goodness, where's it at? Where's it at? I thought I forked it. Maybe I didn't fork it. Let me see. Uh, Subscription. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see where it's at. Yeah, I thought I forked it. Why can't I find it? Oh, that's crazy. I thought I forked it to my repo. I guess they took it away from me. Hmm. I guess they took it. Oh, here it goes. UI, there it goes. Gemini UI to code. So someone made a package on GitHub and I forked it. It's basically called Gemini UI to code. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to be able to give you code from a screenshot. But I mean, it's not 100%. See, I'm not gonna share certain things about how I think architecture for AI, what it should look like. But let's just say that even if you were to use it, you're going to do a lot of command and terminal stuff, and that stuff scares me. I don't know why. I'm like, but every time I started, like sometimes chat gives me a solution, and it's a great solution. Like it'll cut down my workflow in a minute, but it involves local and command and terminal and stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do local. I don't want to do anything command. I don't want to do anything terminal, you know? And it gives me some good workarounds. But one thing I did learn, like I've learned so much in developing this SAS, I'm still developing it. Like maybe I'll do some coding, but like I said, it really wouldn't be much coding because I use chat a lot. Like I use chat 70%, but I'm only able to use it as a new developer because I know how to read code. See, I just saw a weird video about this guy was critiquing free code camp, and the answer to his question why people who go through free code camp and they can't build a web page is because they just shoot through it. They just shoot through it one time and they get the certificate and they think that means something. They don't really actually understand what the problem they were resolving. And sometimes we can ask for the solution and then you just hunker down and you finish through it. It's like a race, but it shouldn't be a race, you know? And be honest with you, I haven't finished free code camp. Like I got up to JavaScript and I stopped. So I got up to JavaScript and I stopped. And then I started to do work. So I kind of got busy. But I was like, when I got up to JavaScript, I was like, I'm not ready for JavaScript. Let me learn this right here. Let me learn this right here. I'm just not ready for JavaScript. Let me learn this right here. Let me see if I can log in and show you how long ago it was. Because it's been a minute since I've been on free code camp. And I tried to do 100 devs, 100 devs and all those different things. So what I completed, did I complete it? Oh, did they wipe me out? I don't know. Let me see here. Let me see what they got here for me. Responsive web design. No, this ain't it. Wow, why did they make me stop? I know I finished this. I know I finished this. Didn't I do this already? Hold on. Maybe they purged me. I hope they didn't purge me. Hmm. Okay. Maybe I didn't. Maybe they purged me. But hmm, let me see something here. Maybe I have another one because I have so many different logins. Let me try this other one. Maybe this is not the right one. No, this is the right one. Hmm. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm kind of confused. Maybe it isn't the right one. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But I did this one. It says I signed up for Free Code Camp September 2021. So I signed up for Free Code Camp um, September 2021. So that's like 3 years ago. So it took me 3 years to get to. Ooh, is that a bug? Ooh, they got a bug. Ooh, I'm telling, they got a bug. So it took me. Wow, no, they really got a bug. So it took me 3 years to get to GitHub and doing stuff with GitHub with the repos. 'Cause I didn't even understand that for a long time. I used to go to GitHub, and GitHub used to look like Egyptian hieroglyphics. I had no idea what was going on. I didn't even know how to make a repo. It wasn't really until okay, here we go. Yeah, this is the one I was looking for. Yeah, okay, here we go. This is the one I was looking for because I know I have a bunch of different um versions. No, maybe not. I don't know what happened. Hmm. Let me see. Maybe it's the same one. I don't know what happened. They might have purged me from it. But I did finish a project or two. I know I did that. I know I did finish a project or two. Maybe they might have purged me. I'm not sure. But it's been a minute, like I said. So it took me a while to really start to took me a while to really start to get comfortable with all this. And along the way, as I've been building this SAS, I learned about Jamstack, and now I'm a Jamstacker because I think what's going on is like I see the thing is people who've never done and people don't even know what Jamstack stands for, right? It's an acronym. Isn't that cool? Like think about when you figure out what Jamstack stands for. Let me know. It's an acronym. It's really really cool that it's an acronym. And I think what's going on is that like there's no like I said, there's really no one size fits all. There's just not. When it comes to learning how to do developer tasks or functions of things, there's just not one size fits all. There's just not. You have to really experiment. You have to really try to find out what fits best for you. Some people they're good at YouTube University. Some people it takes them. I think it takes them several years. I think it really takes you several years. I don't think any of these. I look at these things that they do provide. These things they provide as an introductory, right? It's introductory. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. It's introductory. You still got to do something else. You got to build. If you're not building every day, you're forgetting what to do. You got to build every day. You got to build every day. You got to apprenticeship, and you got to learn from others, and then you got to extrapolate on that, and then you move on to the next thing. So everybody starts off with HTML, CSS. That's rudimentary. Then you go into JavaScript. That's rudimentary. Then you go into your stacks like React and stuff like that. That's rudimentary. But at the end of the day, it still takes you time to develop. Like I did a whole Firebase thing. I did a whole Firebase thing. Let me show you. Oh man, like I've come so freaking far. I mean, I think it's a short amount of time. I'm using what is it? Netlify. Is it Netlify? I'm using Netlify. And now I started to use Vericel. Now I started to use Vericel, because these are Jamstack tools, and I use them. And like I'm very, very happy with this. Like this right here, I'm very happy with this. Let me see if I can show you. I can show you this. Like I'm very, very happy with this. Like this right here, I'm very, very happy with it. I'm very, very happy with it. And I did it using Firebase. Like I literally did it using Firebase. It works. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna mess with it right now, but I'm very, very happy about this. And it works. The repos is there, and then it goes to Netlify, and so I'm very, very happy with this. And like I even was able to comprehend how to set up a Firebase off. There were different offs that I tried, Superbase, the other one, but Firebase was the one that was easiest to do. It was so easy with the help of ChatGTP, with the help of ChatGTP. So I'm still building. I got a couple of more tasks to work out. Let me show you this real quick, and I'm gonna get out of here. I'm still building though. I got a couple of different tasks to work out. But at the end of the day, let me see what I got here. At the end of the day, I want to see if I can show you some code. What some code would look like. See if I can show you. Okay, yeah, I can show you this. Okay, I can show you this. So, like, because I don't want anybody to know what I'm working on next. So, this is what I mean. Like, believe it or not, believe it or not. Now, I'm still working on learning JavaScript. JavaScript is very hard for me. I'm seeking a mentor for JavaScript because JavaScript is not something you can learn on your own. I mean, I can't. I'm still working on it. I need a book or something. But if you look at this right here, this is what Chat GTP gives you for code. It gives you JavaScript. Okay, it gives you JavaScript, right? And it's like, oh, okay. But even though I can't understand how a function works with uh, a constant, I can read this and understand. I can find where to put these things. I see like, oh, okay, I got to put the API here, and the JSON. I figured out JSONs. I got to make a JSON app. I got to put the thing. I like I know how to. Let me stop showing you guys all this because I don't want you guys to steal my code. But I can understand it. I understand it. I don't really understand it, but in a weird way, I understand it. And it's funny because I used to always like look at code just for fun, and I was curious. And then one night I said, let me learn how to do HTML. Like HTML is easy. Like I can really read HTML the way you read a book. And it's still so many tags that I don't know, but that's why I like Jamstack because Jamstack just sticks with the basic tags. Like this right here. Let me show you this. I can show you this. Like this right here. I can show you this. Whew. Take a nap. Like this right here. I could read this. I can read this right here. Like this I can read. And then you put your script tag in here, this I can read. I can read this. This is a form. This is input. This is the text payment form. You got your doc type, HTML. People don't even know that the doc type doesn't always have to be HTML, but we'll talk about that later. You got your language, English, doesn't always have to be English. We'll talk about that later. You got your head open, your head in tag. You got your body tag. You got your meta tags. This is your responsive tag. Char set, it's an old thing. I'm surprised we still use it. It's so freaking old, but we still use it. Title tags, script tag, head body tag. You got paragraph tags. You got all kinds of tags. That's the thing about HTML. You got so many tags, but jam stacking keeps those tags really, really simple. Hold on a minute. Let me see this. So anyway, um, yeah, so we're building something great here. I'm building something great for 3D designers, and it's gonna be great. I'm probably gonna show you guys more as we go through the weeks. Uh, like I just did the landing page right now. I got the landing page done. Where did I do the landing page at? I'm bouncing between Netlify, Netlify. Am I saying that right? Netlife, Netlife. Probably that's how you pronounce it. But um, I'm bouncing between that, and I'm bouncing between. Oh, here we go. Okay, I did do the website. Okay, so I got my landing page done. Let me show you my landing page. Like I'm really proud of this, man. Like this is where I come. This is how far I've come. Maybe I'll show you guys as I code the last couple of things because I still got some things left to code. Like for example, like I'm proud of this. I'm Wilfred, by the way. I'm proud of the designer. I'm proud of this. Like I made this. Nice. It's nice. It's clean. It's nice. It's clean landing page. Could work on it a little bit better. I'm not that good at styling, but I'm Wilfred, by the way. Things that you learn over time. But people get the point. Um. So what I'm gonna do is I got a couple of things left to work on with the store. I gotta set up like a Firebase hosting, Firebase storage, and then I gotta do the links so that people make the store stays. It's a permanent link in the dashboard. I gotta do like that, and then I gotta do make the share link, and that's it. So I got a couple of tasks to do, but I got kind of like distracted because there's something I want to do for Chat GTP and all the AIs that I know I can do, and I know it's something that's needed. So I kind of got distracted a bit. So I might work on that tomorrow because it's really like a day project and it's something that I can push in 24 hours. So I might work on that because it's a problem that I'm seeing right now, and I know everybody's going through the same thing. It's like it's giving me cognitive overload. I don't even want to talk about it yet, but you know what? Tomorrow we'll do that. That'll be our diary of an SDS. Tomorrow I will be making this thing, and you'll get to watch me make it. I'll tell you the problem. I'll let you guys watch me make it, and we'll go from there. Because I got a headache now just thinking about it. But let me get out of here. I got to go take care of some things and some errands and stuff like that. But thank you for joining me, and let me know if you have any questions. or concerns or anything that you want to talk about. And like I said, I will talk to you guys soon. All right, peace.